Hello guys, welcome to another video of Microsoft Azure. In today's video, we are going to discuss about Azure Bastion. We will also discuss how we can create Bastion and how we can use Azure Bastion to log in our virtual machines inside a virtual network. So suppose if you have a virtual machine and that is not exposed to public and you want to access that virtual machine from a public network, then you will have to use Azure Bastion to connect that. Basically, Azure Bastion is a service that Azure provides us to connect your virtual machine, which is inside your virtual network or inside your company's virtual network, directly from your laptop or from a public network with Azure Bastion. Okay, generally, if you have a virtual machine inside a virtual network of your company, or if you have your own virtual network, or in your company network, that can be on premises or Azure. Okay, then you can Azure Bastion. You can create Azure Bastion and connect your virtual machine with that. Okay, so generally Azure Bastion use public IP and port 443 to connect your network security group inside your virtual network. And after that, it generally, if you have Linux virtual machine, it will connect with port 22, and if you have Windows virtual machine, it will connect with RDP port, that is 3389. Okay, so I am in this document. You can see the definition here. Azure Bastion is a fully managed service that provides more secure and seamless remote desktop protocol and secure shell protocol. Okay, access to virtual machine without any exposure through public IP addresses. Okay, if you see the diagram here, in Azure portal, you can create this Azure Bastion, and from your network or from public network, you will connect with port 443 through internet. In this Azure Bastion should be in a subnet in your virtual network, and Azure Bastion will connect with RDP and SSH protocol with 3389 port and 22 port with your virtual network. Okay. Now we will go to Azure portal and see all the setup. Okay, we are in Azure portal here. If you search for basins, you can see Azure basins here. Okay, let's create one. Click on create basin. For that, you will have a subnet. You should have a subnet in your virtual network, especially for to create the basin, and that should be delegated to it. Okay, so let me now select the resource group. You can select your own, provide a name. Okay, so suppose I provided this name, something like this. You'll have to provide your region, availability zone if you want to provide, and you can provide the tier as well. So if you click on drop down, you get like developer, basic, standard, and premium. You can select as per your need. If you need more details, you can click on I and open this page. Okay, if you come here, you will get all the differences, like what developer SKU, basic, standard, and premium SKU supports. Okay, you can see all the features here. Okay, now let's come here in the screen. You'll have to provide your virtual network. Let me select my virtual network. So this is my virtual network here, adu-vn01, and you'll have to notice one thing. You should have a subnet in your virtual network with this name, Azure Bastion subnet, and the IP range should be this. The subnet mask should be at least 24. Okay, then only you can create the Bastion, otherwise you won't be able to do that. It will throw an error and it won't proceed further. Okay, so We'll have to create this subnet, Azure Bastion subnet, and with IP address or IP range minimum of /24. Okay, let's move ahead. This can be default. This generally use public IP address to connect from internet. You'll have to create a new public IP. So if you have one, you can select the existing or create a new one. Okay, create on advanced. You can select the Bastion features here, like what are the features you want using this Bastion. Like if you want to copy and paste in your virtual machine, you can use this. If you want IP based connection, you can select this, or you want some shareable link, you can select based on your requirement. Now let's click on next. You can add tags. Let me now review and create. Okay, so generally, yeah, validation has passed, and we'll click on create. It has now initialized the deployment, and it will create a deployment name or some random deployment in my resource group, that is edu-rg-01. Yeah, see, this is the random name it has generated, and that is inside this resource group, and it has started the deployment. You can see the public IP address has been created. After this, Bastion host will create. Let me refresh it. Generally, Bastion host will take some time, around 5 to 10 minutes to create. Okay, see, Bastion-01 status is created, but still in the backend it will make the instances running. Okay, generally Bastion host will be supported in the instances. Suppose you need you have so many users, then you can select multiple instances based on your requirement. Generally one instance can support 20 logins at a time. Okay, so based on your requirement, you can select whatever instances you want. Generally, by default, two instances will be created for Azure Bastion. Okay, let me refresh this again. We'll see if this is completed. Okay, this is still taking time. So let me now go to new tab and will show you a virtual machine. You can create a virtual machine by yourself. I have created a one already. So this is my virtual machine. If you don't know how to create the virtual machine, you can go to my previous videos and refer that. So this virtual machine I have created already. This you can see we have Linux operating system with Ubuntu. Okay. And another thing, I have no public IP address here. That means I cannot log in this virtual machine publicly. I will show you that as well. And I have added this virtual machine in this subnet. If you open this virtual network, I have two subnets. One is for Bastion and another one is for VM. If I go to subnets here, see, I have two subnets, VM-01 and Azure Bastion subnet. In VM-01, I have this virtual machine, and in this Azure Bastion subnet, I have the Bastion host which I am creating. So generally, if I try to log in this VM from my public network or from this laptop, I won't be able to do that. Let me prove this. Let me open the putty. So I have opened the putty and I will use my private IP address, which is this one, to connect. In the host name, I have pasted it. If you don't know how to use putty to connect a Linux virtual machine, I have already made a video on it. You can go and watch it. Okay, let me put the host name here. Connection type should be SSH and click on open. Okay, so once you have clicked on open, generally it will, your putty will try to connect this IP address, and this is still not connected. This is taking time. That means it is unable to connect. Generally, yeah, you see the network error connection timed out. It means my virtual machine is not connecting from the public network. This is public network and it is not connecting. This is not connecting because we have this inside a virtual network and this subnet. Okay, so if you don't have public IP address, you can see we can use Bastion to log in the virtual machine, or if your virtual machine is in the subnet or a virtual network. Okay, let me now check the Bastion host. Generally it take 5 to 10 minutes. It is still creating, so let's wait for 5 minutes and we'll come back when the Bastion host is created. Okay, so deployment is complete and our Bastion host is created. You can see this is successfully created and this is our Bastion. Let me go to resource and you can see the details related to the Bastion. We have the virtual network and subnet. We have used this subnet to create create this service. We have the public IP address which we have used. You can see all the session details here in the overview tab as well, and in you can also see that in sessions. Okay, here you can see all the sessions. We have other features like activity log, access control, tags and all. We have the same features like we have for all the other Azure services. If you come here, you can see the configuration or you can change it. If you want to downgrade it or upgrade your Bastion, then you can always select that and click on apply. You can see the properties from here and you can see monitoring related things from here. If you want to check the logs, enable diagnostic settings, or if you want to troubleshoot the connection, you can always troubleshoot it. Okay, you can select the virtual machine name, and you can directly check your connectivity from here. Now let me go to the virtual machine. So this is my virtual machine and this is the machine I will be connecting with. I have already shown you by checking with, I mean connecting this virtual machine from my laptop, and that was not working because this is inside a virtual network and subnet and we don't have any public IP address. Okay, now let me now let me just log in this virtual machine with Bastion. If you click on Bastion here inside connect, it will take you to this page, and this is our Bastion 01 and this is using it. We'll have to provide the connection setting. We'll select the SSH for Linux virtual machines, authentication type as virtual machine, VM password, and username as Azure user or whatever user you have provided. I will provide the virtual machine password here and click on connect. Okay, then it will try and connect to the virtual machine. See, the virtual machine has been connected. You can do whatever you want in your virtual machine. You can create files, you can run commands, or whatever you want to do inside this virtual machine, you can always do that. Okay, see all the commands are working. We can see all the files. If you want to exit, you can always press logout and this will disconnect your session. You can close it and that tab will be closed. So this is how we can create Bastion, we can create how we can create virtual machines, and this is how we can connect our virtual machines inside a virtual network or subnet using Bastion from public network. Okay, that's it from this video. We'll meet in another video with some different topic. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.